rocking a Damier Louis bucket. Bitch on the plane with 50 P's in her luggage. The bezel on the 41mm flooded. With the drama I love it. I know how to.
And showing us love, man. We do appreciate it for sure.
Facts, man. So yeah, man, it's been kind of you know, the news has been pretty crazy, you know, over the last couple of weeks, you know, with the R. Kelly getting arrested and a lot of different things have popped off. But Quincy Jones, who, you know, we all know his history, you know, music and, you know, what all he's done, was pretty much tracked down, you know, by TMZ. And they asked him about R. Kelly, and what he said was very, very interesting. So I'm going to play this clip here, and we can talk about this definitely. Here we go.
What do you think of R. Kelly getting indicted finally?
What do you think about it?
I mean, it's kind of a sad...
Aaliyah at 14, what do you think about it?
Yeah, it's kind of a sad day in Chicago today.
Yeah, but it's been there going on a long time, man. All right, here we go. Not move.
You think at the end of it all, you know...
Hell no.
Whatever happens is supposed to happen?
Power.
Yes.
Insecurity.
Hey, do you think Jussie Smollett can be forgiven?
Yeah, because I love him. I met him when he was 4 years old.
Man, and do you think his...
It's stupid, though.
Do you think his career is over, though, Quincy?
Yeah.
You think it's done? He can't do a comeback?
No, that's the way it works, man. Today, the information goes so...
Quincy Jones, you know, talking about Jussie Smollett, but R. Kelly, and what he said was pretty, you know, I thought interesting. What he said, what do you expect? He married Aaliyah at the age of 14, you know, years old. What do you think about that, though, Sam, man? Just hearing that, you know, statement from Quincy Jones.
Well, Quincy Jones has never been one to shy away from controversy, shy away from saying what's on his mind. I remember last year sometime where he had, I believe, I don't know what magazine it was with, maybe with GQ or some other publication, where he talked about Michael Jackson. He talked about Richard Pryor sleeping with Marlon Brando. Or Marlon Brandau, however you want to say it, tomato. But he really went in on how on a lot of things that were very controversial, had a lot of people talking, a lot of people going in on him. So when you hear him say things like this in regards to the R. Kelly situation, being very candid, things that we said here on this podcast, though, I mean, I think we both expressed the sentiment that when the second you go ahead and marry a 14-year-old, 15-year-old girl, no matter who she is, and she happened to be Aaliyah, that you have a very serious situation going on mentally where you may need potential help for sure. Right. And I think that Quincy Jones was expressing the same sentiment, doing it in the way he is. He is getting older now. So, I mean, what did you expect?
I mean, I think, you know, a lot of people feel the same way. And we talked about here, you know, people kind of knowing, you know, and even the crazy part about this, he talks about marrying Aaliyah at 14, but then you listen to Michael Avenatti, who was like the leading, you know, attorney who got the videotapes, supposedly, allegedly on R. Kelly, said that in the videotapes that it was repeated references of him, you know, referring to her as a 14-year-old girl. So it's just crazy and sick, you know, to see, you know, how all this kind of played out. Because I would say like maybe a month and a half ago, we kind of thought that this dude was invincible. I think we even said it, like he's untouchable. But now, you know, we see him getting locked up, posting bail. You know, I think somebody else posted the bail for him. And now Quincy Jones speaking on this, man, I think it's pretty crazy. But still, man, I was listening to some commentary, a few people, and a lot of people seem to think who are around R. Kelly, that Chicago area for the first trial, that he may be about to win this again. They're not really rushing to, you know, R. Kelly's going to be, you know, guilty of this. They kind of think that he may find a way to beat this just because of the time, you know, 20 years and the time span of all this. You know?
I'll put it to you like this. Now, I find that really hard to believe, given the fact that he got off on the first case, whether the whole tape came out, and for whatever reason, and we all hear the rumors now on why we believe he got off, but nonetheless, he got off. I don't see that happening again. Oh God, I really don't. I don't see lightning striking twice for R. Kelly. I see this kind of being in the same situation as like an O.J. Simpson trial, where we all knew that he was guilty, but we all wanted him to be innocent. And when he was found innocent, even though it was injustice, we took victory in that, because it's always typically happened to us. That being said, when he got caught up again, if O.J. would ever get caught up again, that motherfucker wasn't getting out. I feel like this is almost the same situation. And when you add the lifetime when you add the interviews, when you see the whole thing that culminated all throughout the year with, I forgot her name, but the young lady and then her father and all of that whole debacle and then Lifetime and now this, I think we see ourselves in a situation where whether or not he is innocent, whether or not the evidence is outstanding and the defense can put together a defense to where it's outstanding in the sense of R. Kelly being innocent, I still don't see him getting away, man.
Yeah, man, but we shall definitely see because, did they give when does he due to go on trial? Did they give any indication of that? He's due back in court soon.
March 22nd.
Okay. And they'll probably set a trial from there. So, we'll see, man. It's going to be very interesting, though, to see, as more and more stuff comes out through the trial, we'll be covering that and seeing what exactly, happens. Always the presumption is that he's innocent. You know what I mean? We have to, just stay on that side of it. But it just kind of looks like, with all they talking about, they got videotapes this time, and it could be over for him. Definitely.
What's your personal thought? I know we don't usually throw our personal thought, but just your perspective on this, man. Do you feel as though, from just a man's perspective, not a man, old guy's perspective, that he deserves any jail time for this?
If he did it, yeah. Like if he actually did, was really doing that, those videos are real. That's really him with 14-year-old girls. Yeah, definitely. You know what I mean? But if there's a lot of evidence, that points to, some things being fabricated, whether it be on, her side, the accusers, lies and different things like that, then I could be skeptical about certain aspects of the case. But I'll be watching to see, how the evidence is laid out. But if he did do this with 14-year-old, absolutely he should be in jail.
Now let me ask you this question. This isn't going to be an easy one, but let's just take it to this gray area. If in fact this is him with the girls, now we all know from a morality standpoint that man deserves to be in jail and deserves to be under the jail. But let's just say from just a legal standpoint, his lawyers can come up with a plot to say, hey man, this is beyond the statute of limitations. This is too old, blah, 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 blah. And they have a case. And I'm not sure if they do. I'm just talking right now. And they ended up having the strong enough case for him to beat this. What should happen to R. Kelly? Does he still deserve jail time in your mind? Does the evidence, what I'm saying is that they have the evidence to portray the case that this is beyond statute of limitations. According to the book of law, he deserves to be out. Are you leaning toward the side of, okay, he deserves to be out based off of evidence and based off of the book term, or are you more leaning toward morality?
I'm looking at the, full, do they have evidence of this being him? You know what I'm saying? That actually, with all these women, when they were at this age, at 14, no discrepancy of age, but if you could prove that they were 14, it was him in the video, the DNA matches, then yeah, the dude, I think he should go away. But if I start seeing discrepancy, because again, we didn't see the defense yet. All we're hearing is about what the prosecution has. But once the defense fights that and say, okay, you said this, but this is what it really was, then things can start changing. So that's why they go to court, for both sides to be weighed. But personally, I kind of feel like he's going to lose. I just feel like that.
Do you think it'll be because he'll get a fair share, or you think the evidence will stand toward him being that man in that video doing those?
Well, they saying they have DNA evidence, and
weird.
Yeah, but they saying they have it. So unless they don't, unless that's some type of a lie, or they can prove some other way that it's not his DNA, some other, I think that's going to be huge right there. Now, if they didn't have DNA evidence, then it's all speculation. Not only DNA, videotape.
Now that videotape's enough for me.
Right? Yeah.
If I see dude on the videotape saying what he's saying to that, and it being the girl, that's enough for me.
I don't care what year it was made.
Exactly. I don't give a fuck what year it was made. If you see him doing something that wild and it's him on tape, that's enough. Point blank.
And like
period.
I said, it's so sick to where they're saying on the videotape, he's like, come here with your 14-year-old, crazy stuff like that. Like the dude is really, allegedly taking it. You know what I mean? The sickness to the extreme, So, if he did this, he needs to sit in jail definitely for a while for this. Cause this is predatory behavior, on a vulnerable, the most vulnerable, part of our society. Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely, man. But yeah, man, you're tuned into the Uncensored Truth podcast with your brother, Old God and Sandman. Going in today on this Tuesday, I want to say peace to everybody listening on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. If you can, please just share this link with a friend. Tell them that the Uncensored Truth podcast is on the air right now. I want to move to this next story, Sandman, and talk about, the Oscars, but most notably,
we are oppressed. We are exploited. We are downtrodden. We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights. So the only way we're going to get some of this oppression and exploitation away from us or aside from us is come together against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head